Today we're at the house of Frances Segelman, who is the royal sculptor. Frances has very kindly agreed to sculpt our patron, the Countess of Wessex.
The Vision Foundation is absolutely thrilled to have the support of Sir Jack Petchey and Frances Segelman. Sculpture especially is a fantastic form of tactile art. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can really get up all into it.
It's the first time I've been involved with the Vision Foundation. It was very, very exciting for me to do that because I realised that in the end, when it's finished, the people that were blind would be able to touch that and actually feel who Sophie is.
The Countess of Wessex uses her time, her profile and her voice to tell our story and the story of many unheard blind and partially sighted Londoners.
The Countess of Wessex is quite remarkable. She's a patron of some 70 or more different organisations. So what she tends to do, we've realised, is choose the ones that are close to her heart.
For the blind and partially sighted among us, these past months have been especially challenging. However, through the care the Vision Foundation has extended to those in difficulty, I'm hopeful that the people we care for will feel empowered within their communities. Thank you to Frances for sculpting my face today. The sculpture and the faces of many others will allow blind and partially sighted to see through touch and so to more vividly imagine their world. Whether you are a long-time supporter or friend of the Vision Foundation, or you're new to us, thank you for your vital support. And I would encourage you all to speak to the Vision Foundation team to find out more about our work. They will help you explore how you can play a part in bringing the world closer for those who struggle to see it.
When I first met her, I felt immediate warmth. I thought she was very nice. And it was almost like having a friend, you know. She was lovely. I didn't feel nervous with her.
I'm so pleased that I was able to see the progress throughout the 2 hours. And I mean, 2 hours to create an entire sculpture. How phenomenal is that?
I've been sculpting these 2-hour sculptures for, 30 years, you know, and always with a very big audience. And I always thought that that was the reason that I managed to do this 2-hour one. I never dreamed that I could do it without that. So today I did.
So this is a very unusual event considering that we're in the middle of the coronavirus crisis and, you know, ensuing lockdown. And so we've come together in a really small group to create a virtual sculpture event that we can share with our supporters.
It's the first ever royal live streamed event of a sculpture taking place.
We've all been wearing either visors, face masks and ensuring 2-metre distancing to make sure that we are keeping everybody safe and secure during this time.
Hello and a very warm welcome this afternoon to everybody joining us. My name is Sue Saville and I'm delighted to be hosting this rather special and unique event. Thank you to everybody who's joined us online this afternoon. Today I'm here at the home of the sculptor Frances Segelman. We're overlooking the river here. It's very, very warm, a little breeze maybe, absolutely amazing. And what we're here for is because Frances, sculptor to the royal family and to celebrities alike, is live sculpting Her Royal Highness the Countess of Wessex. This is actually the very first time that the royal family have allowed such a live stream of a sculpting process to happen. So a little bit of history being made here today. It's great that you can join us for this.
I forgot how the clay dries. So it dries very, very fast and you can't move it, you know. And having to wear a visor was all quite extraordinary.
Well, it is remarkable to be running something like this during lockdown. It's a time that's been very difficult for a lot of people, and particularly for blind and partially sighted people. So to be doing this live sculpture under such extraordinary circumstances is indeed very, very special.
My daughter, Victoria Perloff, she decided 2 days ago that she would do a painting of the Countess. So she's so fast now. She's trying to beat her mum. And my friend Brian Parks made this wonderful eye I was at his house one day and I said, this is the shape and this is the size and I'd like it to open and close. And then he did the rest. He is extraordinary.
And the eye, which is a representation of the Vision Foundation logo, will be a fantastic piece that we can display at events to come. And we'll also be showcasing it in some of our charity shops as well, so that some of our guests and supporters can come and interact with it.
When you look at her sculptures, they really capture the essence of someone.
I mean, the sculpture was absolutely fantastic. I saw it as it was pretty much a lump of clay to start with.
I've done a series now, The Royal Family, and I think this fits in really well. She is a very lovely person, and it's a lovely cause.
It means a huge amount to the Vision Foundation, what has been going on today. Not only are we able to put on something really exciting for all of our supporters, but we've been able to get across messages about the Vision Foundation, and especially that arts should be open to all, and especially to blind and partially sighted people.
This is just amazing. In just a couple of hours, how do you work so quickly, Frances?
I've no idea. I really don't know. And today I really didn't think I would be able to, because usually I have to have a very big crowd to do the 2 hours.
So what is it then? You're giving so much of yourself. It must be quite emotional, quite almost physical doing this in such a speed.
Yes, I think so, because I don't notice it, because when I'm working I'm so fast, but then we talked about how my voice goes. So I notice when I do a 2-hour sculpture, afterwards my voice is like sort of half there. So I'm trying to force it back at the moment. And that's the energy, isn't it, that I've put into it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We've had some great questions that have come in online.
Yeah.
One of them is, what is it like to sculpt the Countess of Wessex and the royals? I wonder if the question means, are they trickier than most people?
No, they're really not. They're not at all. I mean, with Sophie, it was so lovely, very relaxed. She's a lovely woman. It's like sculpting a friend almost, and because it's here in my home, it was very, very casual. But obviously when you go to the palace, that's the atmosphere, it makes you feel nervous. It's a different atmosphere.
I had a quick word with the Countess. I know she's had to disappear off now. She said she was amazed at the likeness you caught, particularly she sees some of her family in it. How do you do that? How do you see that?
I don't know. I just sculpt what I see, and when I do the very fast sculptures, I do get some character in it because I'm going so fast. I don't have time to think, and things come out that are interesting to the people that I'm sculpting.
Another question that's come in from people listening in is saying, are there any other members of the royal family that you'd like to do?
Yes, I would love to sculpt all the royal family if I can. I think it's rather interesting that the same sculptor might do that. So that would be lovely.
And what about working outside? I understand this is a bit of a first for you to sculpt outdoors today.
This is a definite first. And to wear a visor was the first time, and it was steaming up a little bit, so it wasn't working perfectly. It was boiling hot in here and the clay was drying up, but that's it. Apart from that, we managed it.
It's been a very special afternoon, the very first time that the member of royal family has been sculpted with a live audience like this. And let's remember then what this is about. It's about the work of the Vision Foundation and very much paying tribute and celebrating the 200,000 or so blind and partially sighted people in the capital city. Lockdown hasn't been easy for a lot of people, and it's been particularly difficult for those who are blind and partially sighted. And what has been going on here has been a very special event, and having the patron, the royal patron of the Vision Foundation, Her Royal Highness the Countess of Wessex, here this afternoon has been a real treat, a real delight for everybody. Thank you again for joining us, and have a lovely evening to everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Frances.
Thank you, Sue.